Guys, what's going on? My name's Dave. This is Dick's 4x4 Garage, and today we're doing some brake lines on Project Goldy. If you're new here and you like building Chevy square body 4x4 trucks with LS engines in them, then you're in the right spot. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. So let's get busy on what we got going on today. Alright, so up on the bench here, this is what we got. SUR&R brake lines. They are, it is made in America. Comes with a big box of fittings. This was fairly inexpensive. And then there is our proportioning valve that we're going to be running. So that's the bad boy right there, and it is for front and rear disc brakes, so it should be good to go. The part number on this sucker was a Summit 760185. So if you're wondering, there's the part number. All right, so this is 3/16. It should give plenty of pressure for the front and the back. Going through that proportionate valve. We'll have to see how it is and, you know, kind of test it. I haven't done one before, and that's them right there. So now this line, here it is. You can see here, pretty thick. Everybody says that, I read all the reviews, it says that you can bend it by hand and that it's really, you know, if you make a mistake, you can bend it back. So I have a hard time when I'm using the little bender sometimes. I mean, if I have to make a real just a straight like 90 or something like that, I like using it, but when there's compound bends, sometimes sometimes I can't do that good of a job. So I'm going to just run this stuff and see how flexy it is. I'll let you guys know how it is, and you're gonna see it on camera anyway. So what do you say we go take a look, make sure we got fittings for everything, and then let's just start making some lines and go from there. Alright guys, so here's what we got going on the front. So this is what we've got so far. Let me take you off the magnet mount, try to be as smooth as I can, but anyway, so that's chilling there. And then we're going to make a bracket that comes right here, so it'll just kind of flare over, come down, hold that. We'll make it look kind of cool. Now, so down here, what the issue is, and you're back on the mount again, is the old hole was right here. So on these, like the later models, they had a thing coming off, but on this one here, there's just a hole. And so what I think I'm going to do is right here, since I have plenty of brake line, plenty of length on it, is what I think I'm going to do is just right here, I'll just weld just a little tab off of there, put a hole in it, and then I'll run my brake line up through there, and then I can come right down from the master cylinder, do a little curlicue, bang, right there, and I think that that'll be proper. So anyways, let's see what we can figure out with that. this one's going to be a little a little tricky. So I'm going to do the driver's side out of here. So I'm going to come up, down, make a bend, do a couple curlies, go over, back, down, and then we're going to put our mount. Let's see if you can see that there. We'll put our mount like right here, I think. This is a pretty good spot. It's out of the way of everything, and it'll just kind of hang off of the frame. Ow! Let me show you how we're going to do that. Something just hit my foot. Felt good. So here's one. Here's one of our brake line tabs that I made, and I'm just going to burn it right there on the side so that it doesn't get in the way of anything. The shock's there. If we built some shock towers, they'd be up here. So we'll just put her like right back here. And I think we can do something cool here. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we should like come down and around this maybe. Maybe that would be a better option. I don't know. But you know, even if we come, I think with the shield here, I don't think, you know, heat will be, you know, I don't think the heat's really going to bother it anyways. But I think we'll just come up, down, do a couple curlies, shoot it over, right down to here, put a bend in it, and do that. Now we could always do this sideways too. You know what I mean? So you see how I got that down there. So we could always do it sideways like that, and then that way when it comes down, it could come down at an angle. Maybe just hit that sucker right there. So let's make up some line, see what we can figure out. All right, guys, let's talk about this sucker. Show you what we got going on, a thought process. Maybe, I don't know, but I'll show you what we got. Starting over at the master cylinder side. So we got the master, we got the proportion valve. This is for a disc brake system. And then I ran these down. Now, I didn't have to do the curly Q. They do them because, you know, the body is separate from, and there's movement. If it should sag, you know, like stock stuff, you know, it sags over time so that these can pull down. But anyways, I did it just, I don't know, just wanted to do it. But anyhow, so this is the driver front, this is passenger front, and so how it goes down, I tried to stay a uniform bend with both of them. A little difficult, I guess, in retrospect. I could have done them both together, but not too bad. And then they come down and hit the frame. Now these are a little bit big, so I kind of twisted them so that they're kind of holding it somewhat tight, but I'm I may do something different. And then you see over there. So now this one here is going to terminate right here and then go to the block and then down to the wheel. And then this is how this line comes over here. So I'm not, you know, I don't know how happy I am with it or unhappy I am with it. So this is my thought process, and you tell me what you think. So I was going to run it along the engine cross member there, or maybe behind the engine cross member there. But my thought process is I know what's going to be here, and I know nothing is going to come in contact. Now this would be, if I were to put the proportionate valve here, the lines would have had to run here anyway, so I'm not really sweating it too much. And then it kind of bends up here, goes over the frame, and then I tack this sucker on for right now, and then I'll get everything in place and then see if, you know, maybe we got to make some adjustments, but I think it'll be just fine. Probably this is coming off. These are long right here, plenty of, and if I need to make them different, I will, and I can clock them and make it where, you know, I'm probably going to end up tying it up somewhere so it's not rubbing on anything. So I don't really think, you know, there's nothing that's going to really be in contact with those, so, you know, I'm not really sweating it. So my thought process, I guess, on running it up here is that, you know, it's a project truck, probably going to be taking the engine in and out a couple more times, and, you know, even, you know, afterwards, you know, this is like a YouTube build truck, so, you know, I'm probably going to be doing different engines and stuff down the road. So what I was thinking about is that when I'm doing something like that, what I can do is just take this whole assembly, just unbolt it there, take a couple of these actions out here, and unhook it there, and then the whole thing just pulls right off. You know, you don't have to like fiddle with it and go in and out of the frame, and it's not like a solid fixture. It'll just come out nice and easy. So I don't know, you tell me what you think of it. I think it'll be fine. And even the same with this one. So get my light over here. Even the same with this one here, because it just comes down. It's going to terminate right there, and basically just going to do the exact same thing I did here, except it's going to be like right behind there, and I think it'll be just fine. The one thing that I didn't really think about is if I do custom shock towers, I may have to like bend the line differently or figure something out. But the cool thing about this line is it's super forgiving. So when I bend it, you know, sometimes if I made the bend wrong, you can actually bend it back and it don't kink. So it's I don't know, it's pretty cool to work with. So I know I've worked with other brake line in the past, and you make that bend and it's over, son. But anyhow, so that is it. So I'm not going to bore you with doing everything else, and this is kind of like a tedious, long process. So yeah, so the back one is basically going to come down. I'm going to do a curly Q on it too, try to keep it uniform, and then it's just going to shoot back down the back of the frame. So yeah. So I appreciate you guys. I appreciate you rolling with me. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you want to be a part of the Dick's 4x4 Garage family, hit that subscribe button. You guys take it easy. We'll catch you on the next one.